So what we're going to do in this video is going to talk about the magic move. Now, it is incredibly windy, it's incredibly wet. That is pretty typical of April here, but I wanted to still get a video out because I get a lot of questions about contradictory moves at the start of the downswing, and I thought if I create a video on the magic move, then that would help people sort of understand how to piece different pieces together. So the first things first, let's talk about the rotational movement of the body. So we would have made the assumption we've made a good rotation in the backswing. What we want to do as we start the downswing is we want to get the feeling of moving the upper body progressively over the lead side. So as we start the downswing, this helps drop the left shoulder down. This helps us cover the golf ball. The importance, I think, and what I always try and do with my students when we talk about moving the chest is because if you can move your chest, it moves the right shoulder. And if you can move your right shoulder, you've got a much better chance of not sort of straightening the right arm too soon. So that although there are examples of professionals who will have more of a separational motion where they move the lower body independently from the chest, I always worry that a lot of amateurs will hang back. So the first thing you can sort of practice is just getting that feeling of moving your sternum down over towards your lead side as you initiate that downswing position. And then simultaneously, if you carry that on, you'll start to get that feeling of that left hip moving more back and behind you. So that's the rotational aspect. Now, the question would then be, well, what about the sort of shallowing of the golf club? To shallow the golf club, the easiest way to do this is, first of all, when you again move in this backswing position, this takeaway, allow an element of rotation of the arm. So if you allow your right arm to externally rotate, as I'm demonstrating here in that first move, you've got a much better chance then of swinging up to the top, maintaining that degree of external, and then as you start the downswing again, maintaining it. What I mean by kind of losing it is golfers that move this way and this way. This is kind of known as internal rotation, which is also interpreted as pulling down on the club, which is perceived as the incorrect move, which is correct. It is incorrect. So if you allow that right arm to rotate in that takeaway move and then you lift your arms up, you're going to be in a really good position to then, as you initiate this downswing with this chest rotation, well, all you've got to do is simultaneously make sure that your upper arm moves down towards the side of your body, okay, as you keep the right forearm pointing up towards the sky. Now, there's one last little piece to this, because if you kind of practice both of those motions together, you should start to feel the way that your hands are moving out too far in front of your body. Now, I would suggest that you've got to be careful with this. I'm not a massive fan of golfers getting the hands too far out in front of them in the early downswing, because then what will happen is your hands will work too much across the ball in that latter kind of post-impact area, and it's just almost a bit too much hand deviation. So if you start to feel like your hands are moving too far out in front of you in the start of the downswing, the way you compensate for this is then actively allowing the left arm to pull down. And it seems like a lot, and I get that, but hypothetically, if you can simultaneously manage those three movements together, so that feeling of moving your chest over your lead leg, right forearm more up to the sky, pulling the left arm down, that's how you end up producing that magic move. Work on it. Let's wait for some better weather, and I'll see you soon.